My father died 7 years ago, and I didn't get to say goodbye to him, and I needed ways to deal with grief in by myself, because I'm going to be leaving for college, and I wanted to be able to deal with it in a better way than running to my mom every single time I needed to grieve. And
I found out about Labyrinth through Dale, who was my grievance counselor after my grandpa died in July of 2007. Even though I knew that other people had the same problems as me, I didn't really feel like my problems had a way of fixing themselves, because, I had, I had all the high school drama on top of 2 deaths.
And real quick, just a couple words, a sentence or so about who you are.
I expected the retreat to be a big cry fest, like people crying about how they lost a loved one and everything else, but it really wasn't. It was an amazing experience.
I'm sure everyone who was there had a good cry over the person who they lost. But, I was kind of expecting a lot of that, but what it ended up being was really neat, and, it was really enjoyable.
Okay, so I had never in my life ever been to an outdoor camp before, so it was so exciting. And then being able to go through the woods and stuff like that, I had never experienced anything like that before.
We went on a low ropes course, which was a lot of fun, a lot of team building.
What makes them excellent?
Everybody work together.
They work together, okay?
We're gonna do
We did one where we had to balance on these wires and get from one tree to another, to another, to another with ropes, and that was about it. And that was really kind of cool, because it was I had to help. Everyone had to help in, and it was kind of showing how one person was just able to help everybody. We were all able to help each other, but if one person had slipped up, we had, then somebody else would fail because of it. And so it was just kind of another one of those things, you felt like you were needed, which is big problem for a lot of kids who lose people. They don't feel like anybody really needs them anymore, and so it just felt really good to have this community.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous.
It was just really good to be able to do an activity where, I've done trust falls so many times, but it just kind of meant something more at that moment to be able to start realizing I could trust myself again.
Okay.
I was nervous because I'm not good with heights, but I did it anyway because I knew I wasn't going to get an experience like that probably again. But I really wanted to see if I could do it, and I did.
Oh my God! I'm going.
I'm gonna look it up on it.
You're getting paid everywhere, man.
That's why it's called. When we made masks at the retreat, it was a reflection of yourself. You're supposed to show the side of you that you show the world, and the side of you that you don't necessarily show your insides, really.
And I put powerless on there because I couldn't do anything about what happened to my dad, so it was hard for me.
It was definitely a big part of rediscovering yourself after a loss, and with mine, it really helped me sort out the emotions and the feelings that I may have been portraying at the time, that I wanted to portray, that I thought were really me, what was and wasn't me. And so it was kind of a good way to help separate the good and the bad and the decent.
Remember, the box is to feed your memory. So you want to be looking for...
Making a memory box was probably my favorite activity. It allowed us to remember and put those memories in something sacred, to ourselves, in a box that we can just go to and we can look at and remember. And our feelings and thoughts are safe in that box, and nobody can ever touch it if you don't want anybody to touch it. It's your box.
Are you here kind of thinking about primarily? Go ahead.
The staff was available to talk to you. If you really wanted to talk to somebody and you needed to talk to somebody about the way you were feeling, go ahead, feel free, but they weren't persistent about it. They weren't like, oh, really talk to me. I really need you to talk to me. They were, come to me if you need me. I'm here. I'm standing right here, but do your own thing.
They said drugs, deceit, grief.
Then we did the songwriting, which was interesting for me, because I'm a songwriter and I've never done group songwriting before, especially like that.
The same things we got here. We got getting dumped, falling off your bike, slipping on rocks, being rejected, insulted, misunderstood.
By just saying what hurts, you got all this stuff, what helps, got all this stuff, and combining the two.
3 is band.
I need a Band-Aid. Keep going. I need a Band-Aid. I need.
Great job, everybody. Again, these were just ideas. These are just kind of throwing out stuff that may or may not make it in the song. We'll see.
Walk along that winding path. Your safety net is.
Just the creativity that the two people leading that, especially the guy who ended up singing and writing the song, had to have, I thought that was really kind of neat, and it was just kind of like hearing my grandpa and my counselor through that.
Challenge never ends.
Everyone, I think, that was there has experienced the loss of someone, you know, so it was a really good experience to just be with them.
To me, labyrinths have always kind of been time to collect your thoughts, some time to focus on loved ones that you've lost.
Thank God there's milkshake, Band-Aid for my knee, painting picture, treasure memory.
I've kept contact with this girl in my group, Casey. We've talked over Facebook and gotten to know a good amount about each other. It's just good to have somebody there for moral support, and so it's been really, it was a really cool group of kids, and even though I know that there are other kids going through the same thing, to put faces to it, to be able to really look at somebody and say, I'm not alone in this, it's kind of a sense of community.
I think I learned that dealing with grief is a whole process that you have to go through, and with time it gets better.
You'll find your strength in the center when you see what we all